We're rolling. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 46 of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. Woohoo! We're back.
Back, baby.
Sponsored by Fightback CBD. Get 20% off your CBD order at fightbackcbd.com. Yeah, right there.
Good stuff.
Bath bombs. He's got like a roll-on CBD now. Go check him out. Go to fightbackcbd.com. Check them out. Use code JJD to get 20% off your order.
Best sleep of your life.
Yes, sir. I'm Milton Campus, purple belt. Fight Sports Coral Springs. You can check me out on Instagram at Uncle Milty BJJ. We got Bo behind the camera. Woo. We got this young man over here.
Drew Phoenix. Drew
yes, sir.
_Phoenix. Head instructor of A&M BJJ, black belt.
You remember? Give me your ats. Give me your ats.
At A&M BJJ spelled out, and at Drew _Phoenix.
Very good.
Boom.
Very good. Very good. Good job. Huge shout out to Flow and Roll at Flow_N_roll on Instagram. Yes. You get 20% off your online t-shirt order. You got t-shirt, rash guards, your gis. Use JJD at checkout at flowandroll.com. Also, one of our sponsors, DD214. They're doing great work out here in the community. It's DD214 Fightwear. You can find them at DD214_Fightwear on Instagram.
They're awesome.
Gear for the war on PTSD.
Boom.
Love that. Get 15% off your online order at dd214bjj.com. Check out their Soul Armor gear. As a matter of fact, we're going to give you a little quick peek at their Soul Armor video, so check this out, everybody.
It's amazing how something as mundane as the stroke of a pen can change your life forever. The moment you sign your name to your enlistment contract, you embark on a journey both as an individual and as a member of a team. The trials and tribulations experienced in uniform both lift you up and tear you down. Then one day you've completed your service, it's time to sign your DD214. With the stroke of a pen, you're now a civilian, leaving behind an identity. All at once you go from living by a schedule to becoming a prisoner of your own freedom. Every day is an individual battle to figure out who you are now and where do I belong. For years you've only known a life of sacrifice, embracing discomfort. For my brothers and sisters who have shown me the shortness of life, I will train, I will evolve, and I will fight my demons because you fought for me.
Okay. Hey, guys, awesome video. Go check out the Soul Armor Gi. The link's in the bio here. We also want to thank Retro Grappler, incredible designer. He'll be collaborating with us on some of our new podcast designs.
Nice.
All right, we're going to be doing, we got actually just like an exclusive rash guard that we're going to do with him. So very cool, coming soon. Check him out at Retro Grappler Shop and at retrograppler.com. All right. Last week's guest, Warriors Next Adventure. Right, they're a veteran nonprofit that they're filming that PTSD versus jiu-jitsu. He got back on the road.
Yes, he did.
Did you see him? He's in his truck now.
I did.
So I'm happy to see that he got going again. They're doing a 50-day nationwide tour. You could check them out at warriorsnextadventure.com. You could donate there. Again, he's doing a lot of work with veterans, helping fight PTSD, but the documentary is going to be coming out hopefully next year. It's going to be called PTSD versus Jiu-Jitsu. Go to the website, check out the tour dates. You can find out more details, and again, you can find all the ways to donate. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all those little things online. Wherever you're watching or listening, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to... There you go. Click the bell. You get notifications every time we upload a video. All right. We're good? Everybody ready to rock?
Yep. Let's go.
We've got this young man over here. Welcome. We have a black belt, IBJJF Pan American and American. It's no gi national champion, correct?
Correct.
Marcelo Cohen. Welcome, Marcelo,
guys?
man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for braving the Miami traffic.
I know.
Your 2-hour drive, bro. I'm sorry that you hit that traffic. Listen, I love Miami. I hate driving down here. It is a bitch to drive in that traffic.
It worth it when I came here to the studio. It's a very nice place.
Yeah. You sat down by the water, nice view. That's Key Biscayne right there.
Yeah,
right? That's the entrance to Key Biscayne.
It's amazing.
Yeah, man, beautiful. I'm glad that you made it down.
Yep.
We've been trying to get this together for a little while now, right? You wanted to come in house. We were going to do the Zoom thing. You said no. I'll wait for the new studio.
Exactly.
So welcome, man.
And it worth the wait. I wish they could see they right in front of the water. Guys.
We put up some pictures.
Yeah.
Bo and I taking some pictures.
Do I hook this up or what?
Bo did a great job. He did our new sign.
Boys and men.
Woo! He put the new sign. You can't see it. We got to figure out. There's a little neon coming. You notice like the
Yeah, look,
blue
you
around
put your
outside?
hand there, you could see it. It's
see
showing
the
up there.
Little blue neon behind
There you
it.
go.
We got rid of the TVs at least for now. We're gonna have you should be seeing the logo scrolls from our sponsors on the screen right now. One here or there, right? We're down here,
Bottom right,
down that way.
Down that way. There you go.
You should be seeing the logos of all our
right under
sponsors.
Drew's ass, right there.
All right, Marcelo. Let's start from the beginning. Let's get this out of the way. Tell us about your start in jiu-jitsu. Obviously, I'm assuming you started back in Brazil, right?
Yes, correct. I started with judo.
Okay.
My daddy was a black belt in judo,
Okay.
so he brought me in. I did this as a kid, 9 years old. And then my uncle, which is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Carson Gracie School in Rio,
Okay.
he brought me in when I was 16 years old to Jiu-Jitsu. And then that's when I started training at the Carson Gracie School.
So is it safe to say you never pull guard?
What do you mean? I always pull guard.
Really?
I always pull guard. Hey,
Man.
the judo move that I was good with, it was the one that you kind of pull guard a little bit, and you put the leg, and then you tripped him.
Yeah.
As a faking pull guard, kind of.
Yeah.
So I always pull guard.
So, do you think that's like a good recipe for success? Is starting with judo? I mean, jiu-jitsu is essentially derived from judo.
Yes.
But is it? If you had to give somebody advice, as somebody who wanted to be a competitor, judo first. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think it's a good idea starting martial arts in grappling-oriented martial arts if
Okay.
you want to be successful. Eventually, in jiu-jitsu it can be wrestling, and it can be judo, and it can be even sambo.
Yeah.
All those are grappling skills that if you're a kid, it's going to help you.
I should put my kid in sambo so he can learn how to heel hook when he's a kid.
Hey, he'll be good eventually in jiu-jitsu because it's a form of grappling, so
sure.
they started really young. That's what the main key.
I agree with you on the wrestling because I wrestled in junior high. I was not very good. But I still use moves that I remember. I mean, I cradle people. Sometimes they're in turtle, and I'll cradle them, and I'll roll them over my shoulder. Just little moves, and even just kind of in turtle, tipping some, grabbing the heel, tipping them forward. In wrestling, right? You start in that position, right? If you get restarted, you got an arm, and you got the arm around the waist. Did you wrestle?
Nope.
Do you know? You
My
put your
biggest
arm around their
regret in
waist. Well, you want to kind of tip them forward. You grab the back. I still do that, and people are like, what the hell, So a lot of people don't kind of know those things, but I agree. I think wrestling is probably one of the best arts. With competition schools down here, though, we're almost always starting from the ground, right? We're usually starting from the ground. So yeah, it's great to have judo, but I think the wrestling helps you more, especially if you want to compete.
I was just happy that they put me in any grappling oriented thing since young. It could be even jiu-jitsu. I just glad that they put me when I was young.
Yeah. Keep you out of trouble? Or because it got you to where you are now?
It kept me out of trouble later on.
Yeah. So when did you... So you're doing judo, then you start doing jiu-jitsu at what age?
16.
16. When did you come to the States?
2022, I should be 22 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And that was...
Was it
for jiu-jitsu?
No, I had family here, and jiu-jitsu was really, really new.
Mm-hmm.
Not many black belts around. Actually, in Jupiter, there's no black belts. There was a brown belt.
Okay.
So I came here and then started as a brown belt. Eventually, my teacher flew here and promoted me to a black belt.
So
I met you when you were a brown belt.
Yeah, that's right. At the FGL tournament.
The FGL
Florida
tournament.
Grappling
Remember
League.
you guys remember each other?
Yeah.
So this was before they were super fights were a big thing.
That was one of the first one here in Florida.
Yeah.
It was when I was still under Fight Sports.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was me and Ruben and Christian Woodmansey, and Christian fought
I know
him
that
that
name.
night.
Yeah.
But then there was also a police versus military versus firefighter, and I won this huge belt. I choked out a cop.
It was a good night, right?
Yeah, it was a great night.
Yeah.
They had walkout music.
But this we're talking about in the times that didn't
it
exist.
was like 2011.
Yeah.
Yep, it didn't exist the super fights.
Yeah. And I think that's probably at a time when people still thought that this was like, you say anything with jiu-jitsu or choking people out, right away they think cage, you're an animal, you're a cage fighter, you know, whatever you're doing. Or they're going, hi-ya, oh, you do jiu-jitsu?
They put it like a ring on the middle of a
mall.
downtown mall.
Are you serious?
And the commentator were live, like it was Dean Thomas, actually.
Oh, yeah.
He's good now. He's good. He's on ESPN now, too.
So he was commentating live, like with the microphone. Now he's doing this. Now he's pulling off. Remember that?
And could you hear, like, you hear it through the speakers?
And
Or was it being recorded to, like, the cameras?
It's like was the first super fights in probably in Florida, I guess, right? Was one of the first ones?
What belt were you then?
I was a brown
You were
belt.
brown belt?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
I won my
day?
fight.
Yeah,
It was a good time. And
So
he
it was
won.
just all,
won
it
mine
wasn't
too,
tournament
yeah.
style. It was matchups. So
It
super
was
fights and
matchups,
matchups.
super fights, walkout.
You know Tubby Santana? She was a blue belt too.
Yeah.
And she had beef with whoever she was going against. It was funny.
yeah?
I remember
Yeah.
that.
That was her. I think she's really good. Of course, that was her very first super fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now she's got a title in Fight to Win, right?
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I had somebody talking to me about bringing her on.
Good shit.
Oh, yeah.
I did an interview with somebody outside of jiu-jitsu, but we were talking. Excuse me. We were talking about jiu-jitsu, and he's ex-military, and he did. His name's Scott Ferguson. He interviewed me, and then we've kept in touch. And he started to train with her up in where's that? Up by you.
Yeah.
The gamblers up there, right? Yeah. So yeah, she started training up there.
Yeah,
and,
she's awesome.
And he's talked about, I think, her and her husband. He wanted to bring them both on. So I said, hey, let me know when you guys are ready.
Yep.
So, okay, so
Husband's
first
cool,
super
too.
fight way back when.
Yeah.
And then, I think automatically when people think about jiu-jitsu in Florida, it's Coconut Creek or Miami. What brought you to Jupiter? Was it that the family was in Jupiter, or did you just kind of
My family was in Jupiter,
Okay.
but the Armory history was this guy Joe Mullins used to be an owner there,
Okay.
and he was a very very rich guy and had the jiu-jitsu as a hobby. So he brought it from Brazil,
Okay.
Bochecha,
Okay.
Edson Barbosa, Cavaca, and other famous fighters that he founded them in Brazil and brought to the Armory. And the Armory was a huge powerhouse. At the same time, at the same school, we have all these big, huge names teaching at the Armory. And then I was there as a brown belt training with those guys.
And now, so what's happened with the Armory? Do you own?
No, I
the
took
Armory, or you-
over. I took over, and I have a silent partner.
Okay.
And now it's just jiu-jitsu. It's a jiu-jitsu program.
Okay.
Gi and no gi.
Okay.
And we eliminated the MMA aspect.
Okay.
So
any particular reason why? Was it just you wanted to focus? Was it not
Because
taking off?
Since the Armory, the owner had some health problems, and I need to get a new investor, and I got a new investor. And I'm not gonna teach kickboxing in something that I don't know. So I took the jiu-jitsu program and opened a jiu-jitsu school, still called the Armory.
Okay. So the original Armory, is that closed? That's
we
done?
closed.
Okay.
I moved the program to a different school.
Okay.
Only straight jiu-jitsu now, gi and no gi, and sometimes combat jiu-jitsu depends. Depends of the client.
So that's interesting. How do you do people actually come in and say I want to train in combat jiu-jitsu now? Is that a thing?
Yes, people want to do it. Is because some people want to just try their jiu-jitsu with the strikes.
Yeah.
And they don't want to. They're not interested in kickboxing or boxing, but they want to see if their jiu-jitsu will work when somebody's hitting you.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like the most real situation, right?
They can fight on a real street.
Yeah, like if I got into a fight with somebody at a bar,
Yes.
the likelihood of him, knowing how to fight is going to be low, and it's probably going to be more like this
it's
and
good
that wildness.
Correct. They're not going to throw a perfect elbow 12 to 6 on a bar. They're not. So
They'll
jumping
tell
off the
you
bar,
they'll do it, though.
it's an interesting
people's
test.
elbow.
It's definitely an interested test. It don't allows you in sitting positions.
Now, in that kind of training, I'm assuming it's just like jiu-jitsu where we're maybe not always going 100%. We're flowing. I'm sure that during that training you're not hitting full force, correct? Or do you?
You can pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
According to getting close to the competition, but you don't want to do that in regular base. But you definitely got to train hard.
Yeah.
Once a week at least.
Okay. So now, those are fewer and farther between, right? That's not the norm. Normally, right, you're teaching gi, no gi jiu-jitsu.
And no gi.
You have a kids program.
Yes, correct.
Teens, adults, right?
Teens, adults.
How big are you on having guys compete? Like, would you consider yourself a competition school, or it's like, hey, if you want to compete, you can go compete?
One thing that I believe is people want to do what they making them happy.
Mm-hmm.
So if the guy want to compete, I'll support you. And good for you. Let's do it. But if you don't want to compete, it's okay too.
Yeah.
The Constitution say that you have the rights. They have the rights to pursue of the happiness.
Yeah.
This is true.
You do what you want to make you happy, and I just there to support you on your journey.
Good.
Boom.
So now,
my man,
going back, how has jiu-jitsu changed? How do you feel? How has jiu-jitsu changed since you first got here? We know that it's evolved and got more popular, but how has training jiu-jitsu changed in Florida specifically?
I think that, of course, not just in Florida, but in the whole world, the leg locks are being incorporated now to everybody training. And when I got here, there's a few guys who talk about one of the first guys to start do heel hooks and leg locks, at least here in Florida, was Ruben.
Ruben, yeah.
Who's your boy Ruben?
Ruben, yeah.
What's his full name?
Alvarez.
Okay.
Ruben Alvarez.
Yeah, RB something, right?
Yeah, RB.
Man,
so he's the one always chiming in. You got into a fight in my Instagram
no, that's
comments
me and
the other day?
Mello. That was me and Mello.
Okay, that was Mello. I'm sorry.
That's Ruben's black belt.
Okay.
Fuck Mello.
He knows. He was one of the first guys to do heel hooks and leg locks here, and then he was going to tournaments as a blue belt and beating Brazilian black belts, and people got really scared of him. We had this guy, a blue-purple belt, heel hooking all the black belts.
Mm-hmm.
He just a little bit underground, but who knows, knows.
Yeah.
Who knows. Who don't know it because don't know yet.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about like this rule change in the IBJJF?
I think it's great.
You think it's a good thing?
I think it's a good
Not
thing.
something that worries you. Do you still compete in IBJJF, or have you just gone another level now?
No, I compete whenever, even if it's Naga, I might compete.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Oh boy, man! So a regular hobbyist shows up and he's got to look across the mat at you.
It happens. Hey,
what?
sometimes I just want to compete.
Yeah.
I don't really care anymore. Man.
Yeah.
I already done everything. I compete every big show against the best people, and then you get to a point that you just don't care.
Yeah.
You just go anywhere you feel like it. Pursue of your happiness.
Yeah, the constitutional right.
You
told me earlier that you were 38, and that surprised the hell out of me. So I always have this question for the people in the 30s. Like, would you ever compete masters?
I did it once, and then I went back to adult because what I'm looking for in my career, jiu-jitsu, you can find them at the adult divisions. I feel like the bigger opportunities in jiu-jitsu are in the adult divisions.
Okay.
Not taking nothing away from the masters. I think it's amazing compete at masters because you still see very famous jiu-jitsu guys competing at masters, and there's masters worlds is a big tournament. But for me, for what I wanted to do it with my career, I see the adult division is gonna give me back more from the jiu-jitsu. So sometimes I hold longer to win something at the adult that for me is gonna have more meaningful.
Yeah.
Now do you ask that question for yourself personally as you're getting older?
No, I'm not.
How old are you now?
I turned 35 in July.
Oh, you're still a baby.
Yeah, but I'm a Masters. I could be a Masters 1.
Yeah.
So you Masters 2 soon.
Right, and
really
in all these
tough.
organizations, can you really choose to go down an age group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't think
That-
Cyborg ever does masters.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And you could do either, right? You
Yeah,
could do
I
both.
mean, like I could go compete Masters Worlds and stuff, but I'm like, when you said IBJJF, I know in Masters you can't do heel hooks and stuff. So
Oh, you can't?
Okay.
no,
Oh, okay.
no heel hooks, no
Just
nothing.
adult, just
just
adult,
adult,
just
just
adult,
adult,
brown and
purple,
black.
brown, black.
Oh, purple?
Purple
I think
too?
purple.
No, it is
No,
brown
no,
and
it
black.
takes brown and black.
Oh,
It's
brown,
just
black,
brown and
brown, black, my bad.
Brown and black.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I didn't know about the master.
Yeah, Masters can't.
Me, man, that's when I did compete before the heart attack. It was there was
had a
never
heart
anybody.
attack?
Yeah, man.
No way.
Yeah, like, I could never. There was never anybody my age. I'm gonna be 48.
For heart
No,
attack?
Yeah, I had a heart attack. June. This June is 3 years. So
But,
yeah,
but
yeah.
did you
Not doing well. Kind of do because I was doing jujitsu when I had
When you
two heart
had it?
attacks.
doing jiu-jitsu?
Yeah. So I went to train Friday night after work, and I had the pain, and I went home.
What
and I
kind
was
of
like-
pain?
So I tell everybody, it felt like just like somebody was sitting on my chest, like somebody was sitting on me, like they mounted me, just like that same pressure somebody was pushing down, or a good side control where you can't breathe, your diaphragm can't expand.
Okay.
So I felt that pain. Honestly, it felt like I had to take a shit. That's what it feels like. You're like, oh man, I got to take a shit.
I mean, it feels
But,
like you gotta take a shit when
that's gonna
people's on
be-
your
Yeah,
mouth
yeah,
too.
yeah, right. I mean, that's the same thing, right? Somebody's sitting on you, you know. So my arm hurt from here, and then I felt that pressure.
In your left arm?
I went to jiu-jitsu. I went to have some acai with some of my training partners. So that's why I ate, and I was like, oh man, I gotta take a dump. And went home. I told my wife, I feel weird. Went in, took a shit, took a shower, came out. It was fine. Went to train in the morning. So that was night train, 7:30 night training, 9 a.m. Saturday morning, open
Next
mat.
day.
Next
So
day.
you slept, okay,
Went,
with
slept,
the heart attack.
Woke up alive. I woke up. I was fine. Didn't even think. But I was having a heart attack. In the morning, they call it a non-STEMI heart attack. I should know more about it, but that's what it's officially called. The version. This is my EKG from the heart attack. This little dip here is what triggered them. It should be a straight line across from here. You see how this is lower? Mm-hmm. It should be straight. So see, like right there, that should be the straight line across. It dipped here. That was the sign that something was wrong. So I go. So next morning, go to train. Same thing. I felt fine. Didn't feel like I skipped a beat. Went home. Doing my Saturday morning, go home. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna do my errands, go shopping. Me and my wife split up the food shopping, whatever. She comes from kickboxing. She does a little, I call it dance fighting. She hates that. She comes from her kickboxing class, and we just crossed paths. So I said, "Babe, come upstairs. I'm feeling the same thing, but this time it was from elbow to elbow." So then I felt it. Same thing.
And
here.
then you knew it deep down, I gotta go.
No. Then she was like, let's sit here for a little bit. And then she said, let's go to the hospital. It's close. We'll drive. We know we're going to call an ambulance. Let's just drive. See what's up. So we went to the hospital, and they do. The second you tell them heart attack, like you're having chest pain, you go in before everybody. If a guy's got his arm cut off, he's got the arm in one hand, the heart attack guy's going in first.
Because that's limit short time.
Yeah, you could die. You could drop dead right there. They don't want that. Go into a room. They do the EKG. They do this EKG. There's one guy, he comes and does the EKG. He leaves with the paper. He comes back with another person. They look at it. They're like, okay, yeah, just sit here. They don't say heart attack. They don't scare you. They don't want to scare you. They want to cause trauma.
Because then you'll have a heart attack.
Then you have a heart attack.
Another
They
one.
go out, third person comes in. Now I know something's up, so they start calming me down. All right, little thing here. They start pointing at it. It looks like there's a little something here. Never say the word heart attack. We're going to send you to Fort Lauderdale. I was in Coral Springs.
No.
Said, because once you go to Broward Medical, I went to Broward, Broward Health. So instead of just sending me to the closest place, which they're not affiliated with, they sent me to Fort Lauderdale. So they put me in an ambulance. Those motherfuckers drove super fast. I'm like in the ambulance. They're running lights. They're going.
Then you already knew it.
Then I knew, but I feel fine. I felt fine. We go. Now I'm in there. Now they're telling me, looks like you're having a, like I wouldn't think they say like incident. You're having a heart. Something's wrong with your heart. He probably said heart attack there. I'm smiling. We started joking. I was like this, fine. It was going away. The pressure was going away by that point. I didn't really feel it. And they rush me. I go in, and I'm thinking I'm going to go into a room. They put me right into the room where they go and they They put the cath through
Oh
the
my
leg,
God.
and they put the little camera, and it goes into your heart.
Oh.
So I go right into
it
that.
Hurts.
No, they knock you out just a little bit. They don't put you completely out because they don't want you to go completely to sleep. So
Just enough so don't feel so much.
you don't feel. I didn't really feel anything.
That's
Don't really
good
like the
for
little
you.
prick going in.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. What's funny is you're laying down.
And you see your heart.
You see, there's a screen
That's
above
crazy.
your head. Like the doctor comes in, she's gonna work here. You're laying out in front of her, but I'm on the thing, like looking up at the screen. So I could remember, and I don't know how much of it is like you kind of falling asleep a little bit. I could see the wires, the camera going around my heart in
That's
the monitor.
nuts, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm glad, but
It looked like a little snake was
what
like
was the
going
main
around.
recommendation they give it to you?
Stop eating crappy food.
Okay.
Yeah.
For real, I'll tell you that in a second. So they put in 4 stents. So I had 3 stents the first. So they clean out the arteries. I was 80% blocked on the main artery.
Do it your crap food.
Crap food, probably
Bad
things I put
habits.
into my bad habits, things I put into my
Not
body in my
smoking.
30s.
Not smoking definitely helps.
Yeah,
this.
you know.
Well, glad to
Things to
hear.
help-
And
things to help you
jiu-jitsu
work
helps
out.
or not? Exercise helps or not?
Yeah. I mean, I should definitely be like 20 pounds, 30 pounds lighter easily.
But it does
you know.
help. The doctor say, keep it
Yeah,
training.
don't stop. I was back. I started training 3 weeks later.
Okay,
You know,
good.
so they put in 3 stints the first day, 1 stint the next day. I went back in. They had to do it again. Went in, put another one. They clean out all the gunk in the arteries, and wherever they clean out like clogged arteries, they have to put the stint because it's going to collapse because the arteries depending on all that gunk for so long to stay open. Now they put the mesh. If I'm saying this all right, so they put these mesh stints. Anyway, yeah. So if I wouldn't have gone, I was 80% blocked on the main artery. They call that the widowmaker. And they said if I would have waited, I probably would have. If I would have had like a major heart attack, I would have just died.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad did everything work out
Yeah,
good,
man.
bro.
Yeah, but exercise. So the first thing they tell you is no marbled meat,
What does that mean?
cold cuts,
Cold
no
cuts?
turkey, none of like when you go to the deli, all those
You
meats.
eat that all the time.
No, the time, but I like those.
I've been eating turkey, thinking I was doing a good thing for my body. Come
Salt.
to find out, they inject all that stuff with salt water. So the salt is really, really bad for you. So they said they gave me a list of things not to eat. Marbled meat. That's what and then it says chicken, or turkey, ham, none of that. So and I wasn't eating any of the red meats. I was sticking
The
with
red
chicken.
meats are not good.
Those are even worse.
So what should we eat?
I mean, you know what?
Grass.
It's like you eat soy, you're gonna grow tits. Everything. You're a vegan, you're not getting your protein. I eat healthy. I mix in like soy products that I found, but I'll eat. I stay away from red meat.
You
I'll
like
eat the
soy?
occasional stuff.
Soy's not really good for men.
It's not.
No, but it's a certain kind of soy. That's what I'm saying. That you get the
No, I'm
the
just
estrogen.
saying soy promotes estrogen.
So there's a brand called Garden, but it's spelled at the end DEIN. Garden. They make a lot of soy products. Half of them suck, and half of them are awesome. There's like steaks that taste like veal.
Okay.
There's chicken nuggets, but it's all soy and it's all vegan. So I found some stuff.
Just
I've
trying
had
to
vegan
dodge the
pizzas.
bullet.
Yeah, man. I just
It's just hard,
you know,
man. It's hard for people
Yeah.
that are born here and raised in America, because you guys pretty much born in a prison. Not prison. When I say you prisoner of the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I was raised in Brazil, and then the food is natural. You grow up with people cooking, and then it's just different.
Well, I'm Puerto Rican. It was rice and beans every day. I used to complain. Rice and beans, but then steak, pork, chicken, ham. There's rice and beans with everything. So I never thought my diet was bad. But then Fridays, McDonald's, pizza, Chinese food.
Oh, yeah.
All that fried shit, MSG.
Salt.
So that's rice and beans is not so bad. But when my mom cooks the beans, she puts a nice hunk of ham. Fries it up, you get the fat, the flavor. So even the good stuff has its bad, So what do you do for dieting? What is your your meal plan, or do you eat healthy?
I'm with a company that has been helping me called Ideal Nutrition,
Yeah,
and they have a healthy fresh meals delivered to your door.
yeah,
They are better, but if you really, really, really want to get in deep into it, you're gonna find bad stuff. They're supposed to be healthier.
Yeah.
They have less sodium. So have you seen those? They last for a week. They deliver in an ice cool bag. They deliver at your door, and then have all these meal preps.
3 meals a day?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but have snacks during the.
Do they give you the snacks too?
No,
oh,
snacks just the meals. You have certain amount of meals that you can order.
Yeah.
You can whatever you needed.
I mean, I'm lucky because my wife and my daughter, all they want is watermelon, oranges, bananas. They're not really into sweets. They'll indulge once in a while, but they're not really into sweets. So I'm the one that's into sweets. Like, I want to grab a candy bar. I want to grab some cookies. So they keep me honest with that. So if I don't buy it, they're not buying it. So I eat healthier that way. But my thing is portion. I eat till I'm stuffed, and that's a bad thing, right?
Well, they say that if you eat till you're not hungry, you've overeaten.
Yeah.
So they say eat till you're almost not
portion
hungry.
control. That's my problem.
Yeah, because your body lags behind what you're taking in. So at the point that you feel full, you've eaten too much, and everything that's more than you needed goes to fat right away.
So it's just hard because sometimes here, the portion here is like huge. So you see this big
small
portion.
Country.
Yes, you see this big ass portion, and you feel like you gotta finish.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a kid, I was taught you better eat everything on your plate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I would have to sit there until I was done with everything. Sometimes I don't want to eat the peas or the carrots. Like you're sitting there to eat everything. So I do that now. If somebody serves me, I feel that like if I'm eating at somebody's house, it's an insult to not finish everything.
It's an insult in most cultures.
Even if I'm like, what's that?
It's an insult in most cultures.
Yeah.
If they give you a huge, okay, you come to my house, I give you a plate the size of this table. What would you do? What would you do? You gotta finish everything, bro.
Now in my life, I would say, I'm not scared to, look. And now most people that I know that I'm sick, that I had the heart problem. So I would say, listen, I can't eat. Oh, man, that looks delicious, but I can't eat. Like I'll be nice and respectful, but I'll push it away.
Or it's just the last time you ever eat.
Yeah.
Or you can say, can I take some to go?
Yeah. Doggy bag. Yeah, doggy bags. So, what weight do you train at, or what do you walk around at, and where do you train, and like how does dieting? Do you have to cut weight to compete?
You cut weight from where?
Yeah, it's crazy.
He cuts his hair.
I walk around on 138.
Okay.
I compete at 135.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
125.
Whoa.
Okay.
And I have done 122.
What?
Is that a hard weight cut for you? Because there's not.
Yes, the 122 is the hardest one.
Yeah.
That's the IBJJF no gi rooster.
So
how do you make that?
Hey, you want to be an adult champion? Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a tough cut. You're going to probably have 2 fights, 2 guys there. But imagine that it's a solid title.
Yeah.
It's an adult IBJJF gold medal, black belt.
Yeah.
Right? So worth it, the cut. Because then you're going to be, I know I'll be stronger in that cut than I'm stronger at 135 if I do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about people that say, and this isn't my opinion, I've just heard this said, like with the UFC, they want the guys fighting closer to their walking around weight for health reasons. What do you think about that? Forget that it's UFC, but in general, health experts saying, cutting weight is bad. Do you have an opinion?
That's why IBJJF, they waiting you right before the fight.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Right before. But I still cut. I still get very skinny, and I still fight right before my fight. So.
And what do you take in? Like, as soon as you weigh in, do you drink anything?
The Pedialyte and honey.
Okay.
And I do my first fight, because you can shoot honey really quick.
Yeah.
So, because you'll be low on energy, so this wakes you up a little bit. You do your first fight, and then if you pass, you have a time to drink some more and have some peanuts or something.
So your advice now, we're talking about somebody, you're a professional, you've got multiple titles, but what about that white belt? I know a specific situation where I went to watch the Miami Springs a few years ago, and there was a white belt. She's a sweetheart, but she was cutting weight. She goes in, she loses her first match in less than a minute. I think it was less than a minute. I might be exaggerating. But she lost real quick. She starved herself right up to the weigh-ins, right up to that day. And I was telling other people, I'm like, why would it's white belt. Why would you do that to yourself? What is your advice to somebody who's starting out? Should they be cutting weight? Or again, I won't say a hobbyist, but you're a student. What advice would you give to a student?
Goal? Let's see. What's the main goal?
Somebody that, what
do you want to do?
For her,
you want to win?
I think, her in this specific instance, her boyfriend at the time he's a competitor. I train with him now, so he comes to our open mats. And I know that, he wants to be a world champion. Now, he was already at brown belt. She was at white. She's at blue now. But I remember that competition, and I said, "Why would you do this to yourself?"
How much
weight
she cut?
She probably cut a good 20 pounds.
That's
I think from her walking around weight.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah. Over time, she was cutting. She was working
20
out.
pounds too much.
Yeah.
Too much weight.
Okay. And I might be guessing at that, so I'm sorry. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to say their names.
You can cut, but 20 pounds is a lot.
My first competition, I was trying to cut. I was just, it's like, well, I'm going to get down to the next. I think it was. I think I had to get under 212. I forget exactly what it was. And my coach was like, "Don't worry about it." And then I got there. It was a Newbury tournament, first one, white belt, and I get there, and they put me together with. There weren't that many guys my age, so they put me with the smaller guys. There weren't that many people in the weight class, so I was up against a bunch of small people. We weren't even in the same weight class, not in the same age group, and I fought. And I did well. I won. I double golded that day. That was my first event. So I was like, but after that, I was like, all right, I guess I just go in at my walking around weight. So I did a couple more, and then I had the heart attack, and I stopped. I was like, okay.
I did it both ways.
Yeah.
I fought the weights that I walk around, and I fought smaller weight classes, and you just got to be a smart strategy, I guess.
Yeah.
Depends what you go for, what you do, the opportunity that presents at the moment. So.
Brendan McCatherine said to say hi. Brendan, 10th Planet, commentator. I interviewed him a couple months ago.
Okay.
And I had mentioned, I said, yeah, we're trying, we're going to move. And I said, we mentioned because combat jiu-jitsu, I knew you were doing that. We started talking. So he said to say, he's like, I love that guy. I love watching him fight. He gets so excited.
Good.
So with combat jiu-jitsu, what weight class is that?
135.
That's 135.
That's the smaller one.
Now, do you hold the title?
No title. There's a combat jiu-jitsu. When you say holding a title in combat jiu-jitsu, can be very open.
Okay.
Because there's combat jiu-jitsu. There's the main one, which is EBI, which is Eddie Bravo.
Right?
But there's other small organizations that do combat jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So for Eddie Bravo, I do not hold the title.
Okay.
But for a small organization, I do hold the title.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
So you cannot hard to specify.
Okay.
You hold the title for the whole
Yeah.
Depends where. But the main one, I would say, is the ABI.
Okay.
It's the most important in combat jiu-jitsu. I go there. My last one, I won my first round. I always do okay. I have wins.
That's when you're on the guy's back, just...
This one was the XFN. The last one with the Japanese guy that I banned his army.
Oh, that's right.
You always brought it all the way back around again. Man.
Yeah, that was...
And it didn't break? He says it didn't break.
No, but I heard some weird noises. It was like a shirt ripping, a breaking.
Yeah.
It's like ligaments. But Japanese people were there different. The guy was a national Japanese, and then they very survivals.
Yeah. Man, that arm
just
was.
a flesh
And then you
wound.
rolled him, right? You had him.
It was the whole fight.
Could you have gotten it further?
I tried
Or-
do a switch, but his arm slipped out. And I
Yeah.
got a little frustrated, and then I started slapping him.
You made
Next
him
time
pay.
you tap to
Tap
that.
it like you're not gonna go away.
I had again, I'm not comparing what I've done to what you've done by any means, but I was in my last tournament. I had the guy's wrist. I had him in a lockdown. He was on top of me, and I caught his arm, and I had it touching. And I looked at him, and he just smiled at me. And I said, what are you made of, rubber?
Yep.
And then I proceeded to
Some
look.
people are really
man.
flexible.
He was, I mean, I just couldn't believe that it could go straight. It was a GFT guy, too. I forget his name. I know it was a GFT guy. I don't know if it was your GFT gym at the time, but it was a GFT guy. And I remember seeing the logo on your wall. But, yeah, I mean, some people are just like,
They used to call that double jointed.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
They still say that sometimes.
Yeah.
What is that? Is it not allowed anymore?
No, it's
PC.
It's like saying you're a weirdo. You know?
So when is are you going to be competing in Eddie Bravo's organization again? Are you going to do the EBI?
Yes, I'll do it again, but now they gotta go around all the weight classes so they can come back to a 135.
Okay.
It was really nice. It was in Mexico.
Yeah, I saw the
it's
pictures,
good
man. You
times.
had a good time out
Yeah,
there.
it was really nice.
Average weekend. How many times do you travel? Like a month? Are you on the road traveling, competing?
My next travel is to teach a jiu-jitsu camp in North Carolina.
Okay.
But
Nice.
like I it's pretty much I do when I feel like.
Yeah.
You know.
So that camp is what, for kids, or you're training
Kids
pros?
camp. Kids camp. Yes, the
Okay.
kids for the IBJJF PNMs.
Okay. Oh.
My friend Daniel, he's a great black belt. He hired me for the weekend to do a camp for their kids there.
Do you do a lot of do you travel into seminars as well?
Yes, I do. It's just take time in terms of you gotta sit down and plan it the whole around trip.
You don't want to just go and come back, right? You usually want to go and stop
try to a couple times.
Yeah.
It can happen sometimes if you're worth it to come and teaching and come back.
Okay.
So it depends the negotiation, depends with the plan.
Yeah. So people can go to like your Instagram and send you a message?
Yes.
What's your Instagram? We'll put it on the screen right now too.
At Marcelo Cohen BJJ.
So they can just hit you up, send you a message, start talking to you, and you can
Yes,
try to
and
figure
ask you
something
questions, and I answer a lot of the answers is about my DVD. Sometimes they watch the DVD and they have small questions that they want to know.
Okay.
I answer that too.
What DVD is that through? What website?
BJJ Fanatics sell my DVD.
Okay.
I have one the Kimura DVD, and I have
course.
one the Cross Grip Old Man Sweep is a gi DVD.
How did you find how did the Kimura become your thing, right? That's what you're known for.
It's just a natural. You gotta find a natural move that adapt to your body.
Yeah.
So you might have a natural something that you feel comfortable. It can be a little piece of
South.
Exactly.
Love the north south and the lockdown. Now I'm getting into the lockdown.
So we started developing to this position more and more and more and more and more, and it becomes so good that it's hard for people to stop.
What's your move? What's your go-to? You're
on,
gonna say
man.
anything legs.
Which
now.
one?
You're gonna say anything legs.
What is the that
Leg
DDT
locks
14 shirt?
what is
Which
it?
one?
It
Leg
says,
locks and heel hooks.
No, it says wrist locks and heel
Wrist
hooks.
locks and heel hooks.
You like the best wrist lock and
In
heel
the
hooks.
gi, yeah, because in the gi, I like to pull the arm across and go for like that pendulum sweep,
Okay.
right, or get into that pit stop position and start attacking from there. But a lot of times I'll do this and they'll pull their arm back, so I'll bring this leg up and just wrist lock them like that.
So you hit the wrist lock just from this position or from a different way?
Oh no, from a bunch of positions.
That's what I'm saying.
That, yeah.
That's will be a DVD, a wrist lock DVD, and you get into it. The micro little details that involve it hitting a wrist lock from anywhere.
Yeah.
My first coach, I met him. They were friends. You trained with him as well. But my first school that I went to, they knew each other, and he was teaching us. June is 7 years. 7 years ago, he was teaching white belts wrist locks. So that was his thing. He was a big dude. So he was like the perfect coach for me because he was like 265, shorter than me, but he was big. I was always 210, 220, and probably 220 when I started with him. So his moves were like perfect for my body type. So it was like really, I picked up on all his stuff, but he loved wrist locking us. Just he'd be inside, he'd get you real quick.
But now I like no gi, so like I like a lot of the heel hooks. I like heel hooks. I love 50-50.
So the Kimura, it's kind of like it's one of those things where it just finds you. It just found you, and you're like, oh, wow,
survive instincts.
Yeah.
I get you the close guard, and I don't like it. People push it up too much, so I attach to the lock, and then when you attach to the lock, you can't push it off. It's locked in.
And you got to sweep you swept the Japanese guy. You had it on for a little bit, and then you swept him right after that, right? Did you sweep him?
He sweep himself.
Oh.
Because in order for he don't get submitted, he had to roll.
Okay.
So I land on top.
Okay.
And that happened several times.
What's your next favorite move? Is there a next favorite?
Yeah, bar.
Armbar?
Yes.
From where?
From close guard.
Okay. Oh.
I hit a lot of moves from close guard.
So you like that? You're talking.
That's how I got with Christian. I don't know if you remember. It was an armbar from the bottom.
I don't remember, but I
was
remember
from the bottom.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Nice.
So tell us about you got. Did we give a shout out to the professor that gave you your black belt?
Marcelo Saporito, he's a Carson Gracie black belt in Brazil. He's a head coach at the Carson Gracie headquarters in Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, and does he still come to visit?
He's not coming. He's older now.
He's old. Okay.
So he try not travel too much, but he's still teaching in Brazil.
Okay.
So when's the last time you've been to Brazil?
Before COVID.
Before COVID?
A year before.
Did you go back and forth a lot?
What do you mean?
Did you travel a lot?
Yeah, sometimes not a lot, but in Brazil there's nothing but just vacation, you know. So I go there, visit, and then I leave.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering because I haven't been to Brazil yet, and I was just wondering like the difference in training from here in Brazil.
Did you see the new thing of the requirements for IBJJF now? They require now, in order to be registered, you, as a black belt, that you gotta have it show one visit in Brazil on your passport.
Really?
No.
I was like, oh, I gotta go.
I was like,
You gotta go.
Okay, man.
Hey, you can tell your wife. Tell my wife.
Bro, I've been around the world.
I've
Been around the world.
I
Haven't
have to
been to
go.
Brazil yet.
What's the biggest differences? I mean, I know it's been a long time since you
Training.
that you trained there.
I
for an
trained there
extended
not
period
a
of
long time, but I went there, visit, I train. I see how they do.
What are the main differences between how they train in Brazil and how people train here?
Professionalism.
Yeah,
Here is more professionalism.
here it's more professional.
Because it seems loose
in
here
what,
too.
In what way? In what way there? Like,
No way. There's,
I mean, I hear like when the AC's out in our gym, they're like, we're doing it Brazilian style, you know?
no.
That's what we hear.
But the guys
you know?
are, they're, I mean, depends the person, right? You cannot judge a whole culture based,
yeah.
you know, it's depend the person. But I feel like people here take a little more serious.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because if you take serious in Brazil, you start to see people, and then you move here, and now we're here.
Is it because there's more opportunities here?
Yeah, it's
Like
for
people
fighting.
come here to take it more seriously.
Or look at the shows,
Yeah.
you know, who's number one, EBI, all these opportunities they have here.
What's your favorite show? What's your favorite show to compete on or that you've competed on?
My favorite show so far is was EBI
Yeah.
and who's number one from
And the
Flow
EBI
Grappling.
specifically, the combat?
Any Eddie Bravo show.
Yeah.
Any Eddie Bravo show.
What is it about his shows?
If you think about production value,
Yeah.
they have a really, really nice production value. They pay decent
Yeah.
and they take care of the fighters nice too.
Yeah.
They put me in a nice room with the ocean view. They took me to they took,
I saw the room.
Why
I was
gonna-
watching you on
we're
Instagram.
gonna complain about it,
Yeah.
you know? So
That's good.
these are very nice show. Also, the the Who's Number One show is really nice because it's just cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
So how was the match? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
How was the match against Musamichi?
It was a tough, of course, the guy's number one, and it was a crazy one. I thought he was gonna go for a leg attack more. Surprised me that he went for a controlling strategy more than try to finish right away. He put a lot of pressure, like he got close to me, and then the pressure was very strong. And by 8 minutes, he set up my arm in a way that he got me really well. So it was good. You know, I'm here to fight. The matchmaker offered me to fight Mike. And I had nothing to lose, so I went. And then the pay was really good.
Nice.
So, organization aside, do you have a favorite rule set? You know, like my jiu-jitsu, I
like it. I really like it, to be honest, Naga rules.
Why?
Because there are points and heel hooks.
Okay. All right.
So it's not bring it for nobody's side. If you're thinking about, if the guy is a point strategy, he can still do that. But if he wants to do the heel hooks, he still can do that. So it's nice because the points count, but you are allowed to do all the submissions.
And you get a sword.
Oh yeah, that's the best. That's the
They still
best.
do that, right?
I don't know. I haven't
They
done
do the
Naga.
belts. They do the belts, but the sword I think is for
The
kids
sword.
now. But back
Yeah.
in the days, the
They gave you
sword, yeah.
Bro, I want a
adults too?
sword.
I have it, of course. They were cool. Hey, didn't have a spot for people to compete as much. So if you look back at Naga, high level guys that are competing there, like Wagner,
Ruben.
Popovich, and big names because there was limit opportunities. So when Naga come around, it was a really big deal.
How I saw you, I think before the combat jiu-jitsu, you were training with Wagner somewhere.
Yes.
And you were showing there's a video of you showing the
I'm not
Kimura.
showing. I was asking questions.
Oh, you were asking? Oh, I thought you were training.
No,
it.
no.
Oh, okay.
I was asking questions to him because
Okay.
he was one of the guys that inspired me the most to do the Kimuras. That's his main move.
Right, he does that standing Kimura.
He does from everywhere. And one of the moves that so I can catch a lot of things that his advices, because even though both do Kimuras, he has more experience than me and have different points of view in how to get it. So I was asking questions on that video after the training.
Yeah.
Everybody want to ask him questions, so you got to kind of get in the line a little bit.
Oh, yeah? Even you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I wait my own
OG,
time, man. I had my own
OG.
time. I can ask a question, and then it was good.
So what belts do you hold currently? Do you hold any in any of these organizations? Where
For
you have a belt?
combat, XFN,
Okay. I know I saw that one. I saw you.
125 pounds.
Okay.
Waiting for a match.
Okay.
So that's the current belt.
What's up next? What's looks like is on the horizon? You're just
Looks
waiting-
like, I don't know if you heard about Submission Underground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Chael Sonnen.
That's the only show that is missing for me, and I've been talking to the matchmaker,
Okay.
and I don't have an opponent yet, but we just start to talk about get me a fight there.
Who would you want to go against? Is there anybody's jiu-jitsu that you're like, I wonder if how I would do against that dude?
There's nobody specific. I just wanna good fights.
So what if they put Gabby Garcia in front of you?
Then I pass you. I say, hey, he's closer to her weight than me. I have my buddy.
No, pass her to you.
You have her than me. Why am I gonna fight
I'll
her?
pass her right back. We might have to split her up.
Hey, that actually could be a good match for you make a lot of money, because imagine how many sponsors you could get if you have a match like this.
Like Craig Jones, that's why he's doing
I was
that.
going to just say that I saw an interview with him. It was just in the last couple of days where they really are trying to work that out. What do you think about the kind of male female?
This will be good because it's bizarre.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good for jiu-jitsu. People watch.
Yeah,
the banter back and forth is just hilarious.
What's that? Yeah.
The banter between her and Craig Jones.
He's trolling her when she does her lives. When she does her live videos,
I see.
He gets on and trolls her. It's having fun with. I think she gets a little mad, but he's just playing with her to try to get everybody more excited about it.
It's not gonna
he
happen.
says it's going to happen.
When?
He says it's going to happen. I think the issue is that she's got her Ryzen. Is it Ryzen? Ryzen. She's got her contract with Ryzen where she fights MMA. So it's kind of like, I think as long as they do it in Ryzen, it'll happen. She's got to do it in Ryzen. But then you got to get them on board for a male, female, and then where does that lead after this? Does this become a thing? You know, who's going to fight who? At what point do you say...
fight Jenner?
You know, at what point
what did you say, Bruce Jenner?
No, formerly Bruce Jenner.
At what point does this, then you have two people evenly matched, male, female, same weight. Do you make that fight? Would you fight a female your weight? You know, that's what
money.
If the money's there,
they're gonna pay me.
If you have a female at 135 starts trolling you on Instagram, you're gonna take it.
Tubby, start talking shit. Start talking shit, Tubby.
Tubby beats me, man. Tubby beats my ass. Yeah. Can you get another one?
So, advice for a young competitor, somebody who is, let's say, they're in their teens, and I want to be like Marcelo. What advice do you give them? Is this a career path for people now to be a professional jiu-jitsu practitioner, whether you own a gym or not? Can you make money? Can you make a living without the gym?
You cannot tell what not to do or what to do. You just gotta be smart.
Yeah.
You cannot just you can be the best jiu-jitsu competitor, but if you don't articulate well contracts, sponsorships, deals, multiple things happening, and this DVDs, you cannot just think, you can be good, but in order for these people come to you, You gotta be like a Gordon Ryan, I think.
So you got to be good or be Gordon.
I like that.
Hey, TM.
There's a T-shirt. There's a T-shirt.
Right.
Either be good or be Gordon.
Let's put that out before
TM.
before this comes out.
Yeah.
That's
There
it.
we go.
TM.
Copyright.
So
Phoenix
everything
original.
can play parts. We cannot just say, it's gonna be only a jiu-jitsu competitor. Everybody, if you're thinking about monetary and financial view, you gotta have a different source of income. They're all related to jiu-jitsu.
But they're different parts of jiu-jitsu.
DVD income, seminars, teaching, bouncing.
Yeah.
Because I'm 135 pounds. The only reason I have this job is because jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because I'm a black belt and because So you gotta have different things going on at the same. So you gotta be smart, man. Cannot just I'm gonna compete.
Diversify. I mean, Gordon Ryan's been talking about a lot about that. I mean, when he said he made he's making $1 million.
He worth 1 to 2 million according to Google.
Yeah. He
Google's
was talking
never
about
wrong.
making more money from the instructionals than anything. I mean, is that?
But plus he does the who's number one, and then he does this. He does a fight,
And he has
so
a
everything
big
counts.
following.
Yeah, he says he goes. Part of that whole like predicting the move was like, I'm going to predict this move, and then the instructionals come
And
in,
they're coming up.
and then it's smart. What do you think about him retiring?
Well, no, it's just temporary until he fixes his stomach.
He
just got stem cells in his stomach.
I saw
In
that.
Texas, yeah. So, stem
know
cells.
that
He's
was
working on
right
himself, and then
Yeah.
he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
He's still young.
What do you think about? I know you talk a lot about. I've seen your videos about people that are like posers.
Don't
that
even get me started.
I was gonna say it looks like it gets you upset and angry.
It used to get worse.
This is why I named this the Dummies, because I didn't want to come on the show. I didn't want to start a show and be up here like, yeah, I know jiu-jitsu.
But that's
I'm
why.
learning.
But that's why the name is catchy. That's why I asked you about the shirt.
Yeah.
I want this. I want a jiu-jitsu Dummies T-shirt.
It was always being self-deprecating and saying, look, I want to learn. I'm not up here. I'm asking questions. I'm the main dummy.
The thing with the posers, I work as a bouncer, right?
Yeah.
So you see these people having alcohol, say, because I fight, I have so many.
Well, if they got a tap out T-shirt on, I mean, they must be a good fighter, right?
Yes, and it used to piss me off, but no, I kind of, I'm not BJJ police. I would like to be, but I could be. I watch jiu-jitsu a lot, and I've been here for a long time, and I know if the guy is gonna be lying about stuff or not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to be a poser. There's
those guys that are like, I don't train because if I do that, then I'm gonna see red.
and
get
then
so
I
mad.
stop.
Shut up.
This is the worst ones. This is the bar ones, right? The bar guys.
I gotta believe. Has anybody ever like looked up at you standing up there and been like, look at this little guy? And try to start with you like, what are you gonna do up there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
You get that?
videos here from the security camera too that I took it. Maybe one day I do a highlight bouncing video.
Yes.
A highlight
There
bouncing
we go.
video.
Yeah.
But yes, it
You'll
happened
get millions.
before, but it happened just a few times because once you choke or do something with the bigger guy, they stop.
Yeah.
So now they respect.
Yeah. They said, well, is this you bounce up in where?
Jupiter. Jumpy Bay.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of fights happening there.
Not because I'm there. Not because I'm there.
Yeah.
Because I don't let it happen. I
Yeah.
care for them. I care for the business too.
We were talking a little bit before. Have you ever done any like personal security and things like that?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. I don't have time anymore.
I was gonna say we.
It's something that I would like it to get into more.
Yeah.
Because I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah.
So, and actually, it's really well paid.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, one of my original co-hosts, one of the original dummies on the show, his name is Junior. He's out in Texas right now. He travels to do personal security. I know he's got a gig down here in Miami.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he likes doing that.
Yes.
I think sometimes it's armed, sometimes it's not. But
I don't know if I want to do that crazy one, but I like it too. And also, the staff of the place I work, they train with me, some of the people. Mm-hmm. So is everything in my town? Everything is good around.
Okay. So I got a listener question I'm going to throw at you. So I don't think we didn't go too much into this. So this is jsuch85 on Instagram. He says, I have my own bucket list of gyms to visit, but what's been the best gym that you've gotten to visit besides your own? Okay. Or any interesting stories of training with some of these elite fighters out there? Best gym, any good stories?
Best gym in terms of facility?
Like you've had, maybe you feel like you've learned the most. You've gone someplace where, I didn't just go and do a seminar, but, I was able to learn something from the people there.
I like to visit the gym in Colorado called Easton. Okay. BJJ. It was a beautiful facility, and there is a lot of high-level guys there. Yeah. And everybody was nice to me. So that would be my favorite gym in Colorado, Easton, to visit. My friend Herbert Burns used to teach a combat club. I used to go there, visit him a lot. It was a good training. Guy. Yeah, he's helping me.
You know him?
So usually I don't go exactly for the gym, but if somebody that I want to train you with is teaching at this gym, I'm going to go for the person more than the gym.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will tell him to look in the instructor that he wants training under, and don't worry about the gym. Just go for the person that is teaching.
Yeah, because there's a concept in the Marine Corps that we say you're a direct reflection of your leadership. So if the instructor's cool, then the environment's going to be cool because they're going to be a direct reflection.
But sometimes I totally understand that. But there's times that bad people, they have really good jiu-jitsu. What I was saying, a guy that might not be a good guy, but his skill is extraordinary. It's amazing skills, but as a person, he's not good. I still taking advantage of this. I go for his skills to train this person. When we're done training, that's it.
Yeah,
that's Bruce Lee.
Sure.
So you cannot take it so personal. Oh, he said, "I hurt my feeling." No, man, I'm here for learning. This guy, he might be somebody that is not my person, but his skills are so good. I needed that skill.
You want to absorb that knowledge.
So I look into that a lot and less to the personality.
Yeah, you can learn something from anybody. So that's a really good approach.
Right? Yeah. There's a friend of mine that was going through a problem. He was training with a very high level guy, amazing guy. But this guy, bro, I say, just go there, learn, roll with the guy. And who cares? After the school, pay your bills. That's it. I trained with the world champion. That was awesome. Why you care about what he's saying on Instagram?
Yeah.
Why you care?
Like that. Like a lot of people give Gordon Ryan a lot of shit for playing that role of the heel. Yeah. There's so much talk of, he's doing it on purpose.
Of course.
And he's getting the whenever everybody that's complaining about it is getting the reaction that he wants. I got a message last night from somebody. I'm not going to go into it. I got a message, and I showed it to my wife, and I said, "What do you think I should do here?" And I know better. Just ignore it. But I looked and she goes, "Why give him what he wants? He wants you to react, and he wants to get back into it, back and forth with you." And I just, you're right. And I just moved on. Left the message there because it was a stupid message, and I want to make sure I have it in case he says something else. But I was like, I want to repost it. I want to show people who this person is. And then I said, why am I going to bother getting into it? And I want to, I just want to learn jiu-jitsu. I want to learn jiu-jitsu. I want to talk to cool people about jiu-jitsu, and that's it. Yeah. So
one of the most important things I learned as a man is to make my mind stronger than my emotions.
Okay.
Right. And I'm not too into astrology, but I'm a Cancer, right? I'm an emotional bastard, right?
Happy birthday. It's coming up.
Yeah. Right. But I've learned to make my mind stronger than my emotions. So when you talk about that, right, the instructor that rubs you the wrong way, but you could get something from that person, that's your mind being stronger than your emotion.
You got to focus on what you can get good at it.
Yeah. And in the Marines also, the primary objective of leadership is mission accomplishment, right? And then troop welfare. And the idea behind it is that you focus on the logic, right? Logically, we need to accomplish this mission, but we can't really focus on the troops and how they're feeling, because then you're going to get too focused on that. So focus on the mission and then the troop welfare. So I just apply that to my life. It's like, well, what's my mission in this case? To learn something from this guy. So I'm going to learn it regardless of how I feel.
So who cares if he cuss you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, you hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, in advertising, I learned you have to work with assholes. And that's just a fact. But some of those assholes are going to be the top creative directors in the country.
But if you are an asshole and you got nothing to offer, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start eliminating people in any given profession or sport, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to work with this person. I'll not work with this person because of their personality. You're going to wind up being by yourself. I like what you're saying. You know, take what I think Bo said. He shouted out Bruce Lee before. You know, take what's useful. It doesn't mean that you have to go out to dinner with them.
No.
In sales, we're both in the marketing field in our day jobs, and I tell people when they have a client that's really just giving them a hard time, or they're just really needy, or they're just being an asshole to my employee, I tell them, you're not inviting them over to dinner. Mm-hmm. You're not going to see this person. You're probably never going to meet them face to face.
With him.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Transaction. Yeah. Just give them what they want. Don't take it personal. I said, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Because sometimes we do, and we take. So my gut reaction when I got the message last night was like, really? Why are you wasting your time? And it was a long message too. Why are you wasting your time sending me this message? The best thing I could think of, and again, after getting the advice from my wife, the fact that I didn't answer it, he's over there
making him even madder.
It's more aggravating. Yeah.
So there you go.
Or you just answer. That's nice.
Man, I have on my Instagram also things I posted on my story. People that don't follow me, but go on my story and complain. Right? I think this is about me. And so,
that's somebody that's really into themselves. Yeah, that's very narcissistic. Yeah. It's all about me. People always think it's about this. No. I'm talking about jiu-jitsu. Don't worry about me. I like that you could see on the stories, right? You can see who's looked at it.
Yeah.
So it's every once in a while I'm surprised. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that person followed me. They never comment, they never do anything, but they're looking at that.
I know.
Friends and haters. People I haven't seen in a long time and haters. What gi or no gi?
No gi.
What's your favorite?
No gi is my favorite.
Your go-to?
For the moment.
For the moment. Why?
Because you could heel hook, bro.
One, because I'm getting older, so it hurts less on my body.
Yeah.
And I think there's more opportunities now in no gi.
Is it about the grips and things like that? Like when you say to hurt less on your body, what is gi doing to you?
You hold your joint more, I feel like.
Okay.
It's more
right,
cool.
Especially the fingers.
Yeah.
I love gi. I want tournaments in gi. But no gi is where I have more fun training.
Yeah. Do you guys ever wake up with like your hands just cramped like that?
Yes. And then you have actually a product called Penguin Fingers.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
They are awesome. Shout out Penguin Fingers.
Yeah.
Always on my corner, those guys. The guys are amazing.
I've seen them, right? You could put them on the individual fingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now they have it for the wrist, so you can wrist lock people and then give a Penguin Fingers after.
Sponsor me, Penguin Fingers.
They got the CBD products too. They got everything. As a heel recovering company. But the main thing, of course, is the little ice packs for the fingers that just put it on through. It's really nice.
What I do too, like in the morning, I use like the massage gun.
Yep.
So I've got to kind of hit everything. My back is, and then I have to use it on my arm, and then I use it on the hand. It definitely feels better, faster.
Yeah, but I like the massage gun on the fingers.
When I first started getting fingers stuck like this, I said, what the hell? Is it right? What are they, like trigger finger? Is that a trigger finger they call it? But like the oddest fingers, like I'll wake up and I'm...
So now they work on his sleeve ice because you slide through the fingers.
Yeah.
Slide through. Now they're working a bigger sleeve. Not the whole thing, but I think an elbow kind of bigger kind of thing can slip your elbow in. It's really practical.
So, no-gi, what is your preferred... Well, you asked before, takedown or pull guard?
Pull guard.
Pull guard. Now, go-to sub, gi or no-gi, is always going to be the Kimura? Gi and no-gi, or do you have... is it different?
I was going to be the Kimura. Gi is more like an old man sweep that I do. Cross grip sweep from close guard to a mount.
Okay. Is that where you kind of drop their arm in?
Like a tug of war concept. Across grips is a system. Across your hand. the reaction is pull back, so I don't take it back. So whenever you pull back, I come up on top.
Okay. Oh, you just pull right up?
There's more to it, but I just trying to explain
a
basic, simple concept. You know, I pull you crossway, you pull me back, I go on top and get on top, 6 points.
So because it pulls you into like the hip bump sweep? Oh, I'm going to steal that.
It's really good.
When you do these, do you have one instructional? Do you have more? You have 2 instructionals? Are those things they approach you? Or do you kind of get in their head?
The very first one, how I find it was a while ago, so there's not many opportunities like now. So I went to the internet and I saw all the DVD producers, and then I copy and paste a message to like a fifth of them, and then all you need is one yes.
Yeah.
So somebody want to produce to me, I made the Kimura DVD. It was a hit because it was really, I put a lot of work into it. It was my move. It was a big hit. BJJ Fanatics pick up to resell on their network.
Gotcha.
So I didn't go straight. I have a producer, made the DVD, sold it to BJJ Fanatics.
Nice.
And then the first DVD was a success, so it leads to another one.
So you didn't film that first one in that BJJ Fanatics little facility with the mats?
No. I went to Indiana to do it. We produced. We made it very nice, and we sold it.
I didn't know they did it like that. I didn't know you could do it like that. Can you still do it like that now?
Go message.
Or now is everything in there?
Bro.
I feel like I could do anything.
Yeah.
Depends what I want to do. You know, I can call and just go there, or I can just do it that way too. You know.
Yeah. We had an interview a couple of weeks ago, and the young lady said that she's, I got my gi sponsor. She's like, I messaged 30 companies. I didn't even hear back for months. And then all of a sudden, I get somebody says, caught their eye. All of a sudden,
what do you mean sponsor? What do you mean sponsor? Let's go. What's a sponsor mean?
I mean, sometimes you get, it's just product. I mean, we have sponsors. Sometimes it's just product, and sometimes it's product and money.
That's a real sponsor.
Yeah, the sponsor that
a real sponsor, you sign a payroll with those guys. You know, people cannot sell themselves short.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Know your value.
Yeah, I know. I ain't not getting a sponsor for a T-shirt. Not anymore. Right? Yeah. You cannot be greedy.
T-shirt and a paycheck.
Both
monthly.
Oh.
But
look,
I love it.
I know. I see what you do. I follow your Instagram. You're always giving shout outs. You got Flow and Roll on right now.
They are great.
The mistake that I see being made by a lot of people who, I know Sean at Flow and Roll very well. I know he gives out a lot of product to people. You want more product, make sure you're wearing that product. Make sure you're up on the podium. Hold that T-shirt. Do that other post. Show yourself on the beach in the hat.
When you get a sponsor and you want to be on payroll, you cannot just gimme.
Yeah.
You send a message to these people, not asking just for what you want to, but also you have a listing what they going to get investing on you.
So it's not only know your value, but it's prove your worth.
Yes.
Consistently. You get that monthly paycheck.
It's not just about win tournaments, but you got to represent. You got to help them with sales and promote their business, And then it's like a part as you're working for somebody.
Yeah.
If you want the money.
I'd never heard anybody put it like that in this world.
Yeah, when I do my sponsors' emails, and I should charge consulting there because I have other fighters that don't know how to approach companies.
Yeah.
I have a template that I talk with them, and then I have things that I need and things that you get with the sponsor. A plan.
Yeah.
Show a plan to the person. They analyze, and then you put a contract together. And you cannot just be greedy. Oh, I want $1,000 a month. No, then they're going to turn you off. You got to be something reasonable that work for both. A value that is reasonable. And might not be much, but if you have 10 people paying you monthly, then it's something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Bo looked over at you. He went like this, because we talk about this all the time. We do have sponsors for the show that pay us. They give us product. They pay us.
Yep.
And he's always trying to. I'm usually the person sending out those messages. I send them a message. Hey, would you let's talk about what we could do together. And then we send them, like you said, what our packages are and what we'll do for them.
Yeah, a little graphic, a little. Yeah.
And I shouldn't say this on air. Even the guys that take the smallest package get way more than they ever bargained for.
Yes.
I put them on every post. If I have an idea, we're doing something again new right now. When you see on the video, you normally have a screen in house with the logo scrolling. Where if people are watching right now, they should be seeing the sponsors' logos in the corner on screen, so that they're not cut out like when it goes to you, and now you're not seeing them. So there's a constant scroll. So I never told anybody I was going to put their product on the table. Now we put product on the table. So you have to do that. The expectation from these guys, and I see it because I get requests for stuff, and I usually tell them, "Hey, we're looking for sponsors. When you find a sponsor, let them know that we're looking for one too." Mm-hmm. This takes money to do what we do. It takes money to travel. It takes money to do the things that you do. But the expectation from most of these younger kids, I'd say kids, anybody in the 20s, you might not even get a picture on Facebook. You might not even get an Instagram post, and then they expect more. Or they expect that they're going to send them a whole box of 20, 30 things. They have to work for that. You have to be wearing those products on the podium. When you see somebody holding a shirt when they're on a podium, do those things. Make sure that you put out an instructional, you put out your favorite move. Make sure you're wearing, and shout them out in the text at them, tag them in the post. That just doesn't happen. I had a T-shirt company before we did the podcast. Now it's the podcast store, and I would send out stuff, and it happened all the time. So I'm going to send you this. So the more I see, the more I'll send you. I didn't do money. I didn't do cash, but I told them the more you do, the more I'll send you. But you just don't get it. The kids, and I say kids, usually 20s down. To me, that's half my age. So down, 20 and down, they're not doing that. So that's great advice.
Yeah, unless like I said, unless you're a bizarre situation that you are fucking, sorry to curse, amazing. You're amazing, and then
where they're knocking down your door.
They will be doing that, but it's not the reality of the most people, right?
Yeah.
There's one Mikey.
Yeah.
There's one Gordon. It's not the most people.
One Marcelo.
Thank you. No, actually, I'm the one who go after my stuff, my opportunities.
Yeah.
I have people coming to me, but I go after my things.
Yeah.
I see that. So I noticed you have a very I'm just use the word unique mindset, right? What is it throughout your life that helped you forge your mindset? Did you have a good mentor? Did you read good books? What is it? How are you the Marcelo today?
A lot of people didn't believe on me. So that was kind of drive me forward. Just to shit on everybody now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Success?
Yeah.
Success is the best revenge?
Yes.
The best.
I don't know who said it, but that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Who is in a big show now? There's guys that criticize and say that I was not going to make it. No, I overpassed them.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like that because when I first started, just to relate a little bit, is when I first started to learn leg locks. I was at a gi gym, right?
They say no?
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna forget all your jiu-jitsu doing leg locks, and you suck at them." And they were criticizing me at first, right? And then I started getting a little better. People wanted to learn defense, and now people come to me and pay me privates to teach them.
To teach leg locks.
Yeah. So it's like
this is
that belief in yourself.
So what is it about this is gonna and this is the dummy in me coming out, and again, as somebody who hasn't trained a lot of leg locks, why is it no leg locks in a gi? And it's only okay in with no gi. No. Is that because of the organizations? That's not because of the actual training.
No. So you can leg lock in the gi, right? But it's just straight ankle, toe holds, and knee bars. The reason for that,
can
talk about heel hook,
IBJJF. You're saying?
Yeah. No.
We'll talk about heel hook, right?
Yeah, heel hook.
Yeah. Why is that a no in a gi?
Because it's harder to escape because of the friction with the gi pants.
Okay.
Because heel hooks are twisting leg locks, right?
Okay.
So a lot of the ways you get out is twisting and slipping between the legs.
So it's about the person being heel hooked potentially getting hurt.
Yeah, you get seriously injured. Or me trying to do it Eddie Bravo style, and I'll train with my guys. I'll be escaping a leg lock, and then my gi pants will get stuck on something, and my knee will twist. So it's just dangerous.
I never realized that. Nobody's ever explained that to me in that way.
It's just dangerous
to say that.
Now, I don't train heel hooks in a gi only no gi because there's no organizations that allow you do heel hooks in the gi. So
you don't want to get used to it. And
so why I'm training heel hooks in the gi? So
I was saying gi pants. Gi pants. I was doing.
No, I know. I just a different also point of view. I train heel hooks in no gi because I follow rules from organizations. You know, like Eddie Bravo, they allow heel hooks in no gi. But I never met an organization yet.
Oh,
they allow heel hook. Did you?
Substars when they were around, they did it. Used to call it prison rules. Prison rules.
But it's hard to find those, right?
Yeah, I've never seen anyone outside of that.
Do you at your gym? Is there an age or a belt? No leg locks. We start training at this, or is it from white belt?
In adult class, no gi.
Because this guy's teaching toddlers.
Yeah.
He's teaching toddlers. Like, you're
My
4
son
years
needs
old,
to learn.
heel hook.
No, if it's an adult class and it's no gi, I don't care if you are what.
Doesn't matter
Hey,
the
no
belt
gi,
rank.
no belts. Did you see belt and no gi? Did you see belt and no gi? No belts.
It's funny you say that because I don't teach kids the heel
I'm
hooks,
just
right?
messing with you.
No, I got it, right? I teach my white belts. But in the kids class, I seen some of the kids trying to heel hook each other.
I try
It's just
to
from what
grab
they
their
see.
leg. I think so too because when it happened in my kids class, sometimes they try roll with the leg. I say, oh, remember, no legs for the kids.
Because they see us doing it.
Probably
drilling it.
watching something.
Yeah, or YouTube.
Mm. So, who's your favorite competitor to watch? Do you have somebody that you look up to? That
Wagner,
yeah.
Because it's similar. I like the Kimura attack that he does.
And what about in the gi? I like asking this question in gi.
Yeah.
No gi.
No, I love it.
In the gi that I like to watch.
Yeah, like me, my favorite gi guy is
the-
Rafa Mendes.
There's Queixinho,
Yeah.
Osvaldo. I don't know if you know about him.
Yeah, I know Cashinho.
That he have a smile. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a gi competitor. I like it.
Yeah. Toughest match ever.
Caio Terra.
Yeah.
You fought Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Tournament or super fight?
Super fight.
Super fight.
Nice.
Win or lose?
There was
Sorry, I don't know.
There was a heel hook.
He got you with a heel
But I learned a lot from it because when you're getting heel hook by the best guy in the world and you go back to regular people,
mortals.
you develop your awareness of the leg lock, which has been helping me a lot. After I got heel hook from Caio, it was one of the best things that happened because I noticed that my awareness to see my exposed legs, nobody's gonna attack heel hook like this guy. We're talking about a guy one of a kind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you already got heel hooked by the best guy in the world. So when you learn it from the match, I think and I got heel hook also that helped me by Gio Martinez. He got bigger
Boogie?
guy. Yeah. So after I got heel hooked by those two guys, I haven't get leg lock in a long time.
Yeah.
Because my awareness to keep my leg retrieve is bigger after those matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes sense.
When I fought them, my leg game, it was really clueless. So it's still limit on attacks, but my awareness in defense of the legs is much better now.
That's the old,
In hiding,
you don't lose, you learn.
Yeah,
I mean, right? They say that a lot.
Sometimes they pull guard. I don't enter. I'm more careful to enter now to pass.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've trained with Ruben recently, and one thing, he's on another level. I think I'm good at leg locks until I go with that guy.
yeah, of course.
Right.
For every level, there's another
And
level.
not many people know about him.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I know.
I know, man. And one thing that he does a lot that I'm starting to learn now is not only escape but reattack.
Escaping reattack.
And reattack. Gary Tonin does it a lot too. Because a lot of times, like, let's say like you're escaping like a heel hook, you're turning away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you pummel the legs in. And a lot of times when you pummel the legs in, you can just grab another leg and attack that one.
But when you do that, you expose yourself again or not?
Depends on.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Oh.
now you on his leg, it's your leg's not defensive anymore.
So I'll give you an example. The outside, like just regular ashigarami and then the outside heel hook, right? If you push this leg off your hip, the guy, even if he has a good grip, it's extremely hard for him to actually finish it, right? So what I use it as is a false sense of security for them. Like they think they're gonna get you, but then this leg for them is exposed. So all you have to do is just grab. So this is off your hip already. They think they have this heel hook, and then you attack that top leg. So in that instance, you're not in trouble.
Okay, for a split of second?
No, you're just not.
If you don't get him right away, would you stay on it?
You're the angle that you have the superior angle. So it's in Gary Tonin's DVD, the Exit the System. He talks about it in like the very beginning, right? But it's one of those where you're safe as long as their foot isn't on your hip in the ashigarami when they're sitting. But if it's on your hip, then you're in danger.
I need to study more DVDs though.
Hey, come train with me, bro. I'll show you.
I know, right?
All the stuff I know.
I went down to his gym. We had a guest that came in for a documentary. He was a guest on the show, but we brought him down. I was supposed to go the next week again. I don't know if did Miguel show up? Yeah, I know. Me and Miguel were going to go, but my nephew had his graduation party on Saturday, and I drank a little too much.
I got you.
We haven't trained a lot of leg locks where I am, so I've talked to him about going down to his place and going, because I mean that's your thing, right? That's
yeah, bro.
That's your move, right? You've fallen in love with the leg stuff, right?
I loved it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
So ultimate goal in jiu-jitsu, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do you want to see yourself?
In competition or?
Well, both. I mean, do you see yourself still competing? Is it about maybe opening more gyms? Is it about staying in this jiu-jitsu world?
Maybe eventually taking over the gym completely. That would be a good goal.
Yeah, the Armory, taking it over completely.
Yeah, completely.
Okay,
that would be a good goal to have it in a longer run.
Would you keep the name?
Yeah, I'll keep the name. Just running by myself will be cool.
Yeah.
And competition-wise, the next goal, short-term goal, will be maybe submission underground. Would be a good show to do it.
Hey, Chael, I know you're watching. Come on.
It's the girl Heather. She's the
Heather. We know you're watching.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, your girlfriend trains as well?
Yeah.
Did she train? Did you meet her as a jiu-jitsu competitor, or did she get into jiu-jitsu after?
No, she got it in jiu-jitsu after. She's a blue belt.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Does she compete?
No, she just train.
Yeah.
She just do for fitness and fun.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it? I always ask because my wife doesn't want to have anything to do with jiu-jitsu. Is it easier to be with somebody or date somebody that understands that passion? Is she passionate about it yet?
She's a lifestyle is more like an exercise.
Yeah.
But she loves it. She has fun. She goes and watch.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters if the person like or not. It's just compatible people. They are compatible people.
Yeah.
Even if I date girls that didn't train and then no problems either.
You could go back to your time in Brazil. This is, going back to when you were a kid. What would you have done if you didn't find jiu-jitsu or martial arts? Did you ever have dreams of doing anything else? Like, I want to be a graphic designer, or I want to be a doctor. Ever? It was always jiu-jitsu?
Always jiu-jitsu.
It was always jiu-jitsu?
Always jiu-jitsu.
So you're living the dream. You're doing what you really wanted to do.
It just happened, you know. I was in Brazil just living and training, and I had a good family to take care of me when I was younger. And then I just moved here. I realized I'm so much ahead than everybody else because, like I told you, there was not many jiu-jitsu around. Mm-hmm. So I was like, might as well use that for something. And I started taking more serious when I got here.
Yeah.
I think in general, people with the warrior spirit, you're going to find something.
Yeah.
Whether it be jiu-jitsu, some other martial art, military, police, like you're going to do something.
You just fall in something, right?
Something,
fall in your life, yeah.
Because it's just a part of you. Like I said on the last podcast, it's like if you're not fighting something, you're going to end up fighting yourself.
I mean, this is, for me, I find the same relief in doing jiu-jitsu as I do of doing this.
Good.
Like, for me, this is an extension. If somebody asks me what I want the podcast. I want to continue my journey. I'm not so worried about the belts anymore. I just want to get better at jiu-jitsu. I got to get to Drew and get them locks down.
And be involved with that, right?
And this is what I feel like I'm bringing something to jiu-jitsu by doing this. I'm learning. There's a selfish part. I'm learning. But we fell into this place where it was a lot of younger, like we have a lot of kids that watch, And like, you know, it was white. I can see from who sends the questions, who talks to us. It's like usually like purple and down. You know, like we have this niche that we filled. And I like when I hear from those people, like ask a question, like somebody sends a question to ask, or when somebody says, "Hey man, I really like that shit. That was great," or we get a comment. That's it's selfish for me, but I'm 48. I can't turn back the clock. But as I get older, I feel like this is what I'm gonna bring. And it's, you know,
it's a way to keep involved with jiu-jitsu, the sports that you love.
Yeah.
You added purpose to it. Right, that's how I fell into leg locks, right? So I had my match against Melo at Substars, right? We fucking rocked the house. Yeah. Then afterwards, I realized that all of our team had a big hole in their game, which was the leg locks. They kept getting leg locked, so I fell in love with leg locks because I wanted to learn so I could teach my team. And now there's such a great purpose behind it because I could teach people, because this is the new wave. This is the thing that's going on in jiu-jitsu, and because I've studied so much, I'm able to share. And then, you know, you see me and Melo go back and forth like all the time.
These
like
guys
I got a jiu-jitsu bestie.
They're arguing in my Instagram comments. The two of these guys, the friends going back and forth in the comments. So I see them having these little wars.
He claimed he hates me, but he really loves me. You know what I mean?
So, any regrets? Do you have any regrets in your travels and your jiu-jitsu journey?
Maybe in my jiu-jitsu journey, not speak out for myself when I was a lower belt more, and let people kind of step on you. Yeah.
I watched an interview that you did, and you talked a little bit about some haters and some people getting in the way of your black belt promotion. Yeah. That it probably took a little bit longer than maybe it should have.
But it happened on the perfect date.
It happened on the perfect day. It served a purpose.
Tell them the date.
My birthday day.
12/12/12.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My black belt and on my birthday.
Oh wow! And I think did your original coach from Brazil?
He flew here.
And he tied that belt. He
did.
Officially.
So I got every belt under the same guy. He flew here.
Amazing.
Oh wow!
He went to the Armory and he promoted me at the Armory.
Yeah.
Physically. Not those things that you hear through email.
Yeah. Your belt's on its way.
Hey, now you promote you.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah, he came over and just did.
That's awesome.
Older. He did the sacrifice to travel.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You say he's older now, right? So
he's not. He's older. He's not traveling as
much. Does he still teach?
Yeah, he's still teaching.
Okay. That's good. I want to die on the mat.
Good. Bury me in my gi.
Bury me in my gi, baby. I don't even wear a gi, but bury me in it.
I want to die.
Rhymes.
The next heart attack is either going to be on the mat or having sex. It's one of those two. I'll take either one of those. But I want it a long time from now.
Right? Did you listen to Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey?
What's that?
Did you listen to Green Lights by or read Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey?
No.
It's a good story. It's a really good read or listen. But his dad died having sex.
Really?
Yeah.
With a bag of Viagra.
But what a way to go out.
No.
My wife looks at me every once in a while. She's like, "You okay? You breathing a little heavy?
Yeah.
Right? I hope she doesn't watch this one. She don't watch him. I bitched her for not watching. I'm like, you don't even watch?
No, she's gonna watch.
This is the one she's gonna watch. So, sponsors, give you the floor. You have any sponsors you want to shout out?
Flow and Roll, shout out. They've been putting a lot of time.
Sean's awesome. We love him.
Yes, he's been putting a lot of time in big projects upcoming. He's passionate about it. Shout out Flow and Roll. Penguin Fingers, also In Mode, big sponsor. Okay, if you don't know about In Mode, you should look into it. And they are a public company, and their stocks you can make some money buying stocks there. So shout out to In Mode.
Very cool. Anyone else? Armory, where can they find you? The gym.
Armory Jupiter. I'm there full-time teaching. Also, Leon Optics, sunglass company, Jiu-Jitsu Lifestyle. I don't know if you saw that. See that?
No,
I love those.
I
had a pair.
Cool.
And I lost them.
I know.
In New York. Had them. They fell out of my pocket. It's like bamboo. Really lightweight.
Hint.
And they have different models. They are really cool.
Leo Optics. Leo Optics, yeah.
Dope.
Very cool.
So those guys are really awesome.
So Leo Optics will be sending you a pair of glasses?
I hope so.
Is
with a check. Like,
us.
Like Marcelo said, send the check.
But remember, sometimes this is a good advice. If you're looking for a sponsor too, don't look just in the jiu-jitsu world.
Yeah.
Look out there. There's money out there to be made.
True.
Did you guys talk before you came out? Because he tells me that every day.
I noticed that he has a very, very parallel mindset.
Well, my mindset has always been, I have a full-time job, Monday to Friday. So I do what I can when I can. Mm-hmm. Luckily, we have more people that have been coming to us. A lot of times a lot of our sponsors have started out with us with doing a giveaway.
Yes.
Anybody that wants to do a giveaway, come to us. We'll do a giveaway. And then they see what we do and they see how we promote it. And then they're like, hey, what else can we do? Yeah, what else can we do? And it's turned anyone that I've done a giveaway with, or every sponsor has done a giveaway with us at some point. But a lot of them started with doing the giveaway. Yeah. So, again, my wife used to say, why are you giving away so much stuff for free? Because I love it. It feels good. It shows some good faith. And I'm as invested in the podcast as I'm asking somebody to
How long you have the podcast for?
May is 2 years. I don't remember the exact date, but I mean, I launched the social media.
I think we passed the day.
Yeah, already. It was the beginning of May. I think we launched it. I think it's like May 4th. We launched the first one. I think we did it in April.
And look how you're getting bigger. You have your own studio. Yeah. Both here accessing and doing all this is nice. You guys should see this place. It's amazing.
That's a beautiful view out there.
And it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Right? You worked to get to this point.
So it took me, just about, what was it, about 2 months ago I built this.
Yeah.
Right? 2.5 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I got he had to take it out of his house. I mean,
the original format was always this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Round tables, let's talk about jiu-jitsu. Yeah. It wasn't a one-on-one format, but because of COVID, it turned into that, which I still like, but this is my favorite. To have somebody come in, shake hands, meet,
I had this place sitting here doing nothing. I wasn't going to rent it out. So I said, you know what? Yeah. My brain just started going. I said, obviously, after 2 years, we're serious with this. So
if you've never been to this podcast, you should come check this place out.
You see?
Waterfront.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
The other side of that wall, if you could see the view.
Marble on the floor, whatever it is. It looks amazing.
It's porcelain, but it looks like
it looks awesome.
What went through your mind when I'm like, yeah, it's an apartment? Did you think like, what the hell? Where am I going?
No, I was like, oh, I'm driving to this crazy spot, and then out of nowhere, you just see the water. It was like you just come to like. When you watch a movie go bling.
It's right on
the glistening
on there. If anybody wants to know where we are, we're right on the entrance of Key Biscayne, so it overlooks the water.
Nice.
All right, well, listen. Don't go, but hang out a second. We're just going to do a couple of more shout-outs, but thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you. I know the traffic is a bitch. You got a 2-hour drive back, but
you're worth it. You're worth it because those guys are putting a lot of good things in this podcast. Imagine in the future. You guys took 2 years in getting here. Now imagine in 2 more years, you'll be, if with the persistence, you're going to get the results, man.
This is my retirement plan. This is my retirement plan.
You're going to have hard times, like it's going to be hard sometimes, but eventually there's something that they say you put a certain amount of hours and just stay with it, and then it's going to become something big.
Persistence and love.
Well, we all know that.
Persistence and love. And you know what?
And everybody needs a bow.
Yeah. I know.
I could have done this in front of a computer.
One day you guys should do a bow on the podcast.
Yeah. I try to get him. I've told him. I said we need another camera on him.
Or I'll just get a really big mic, so it covers my face.
No, you guys should simple.
We worked together years ago before, so I used to own a marketing company. I'd book the work and he would do it. Websites, graphic design, business card, whatever. And years passed. We stopped working together. Years passed. I was at a marketing company, and I just had this idea. And look, I give my wife a lot of crap. She really did. When I told her I was thinking about doing this, she's like, "Hey, there's a podcast that shoots in my office. You should come here. You could do it in the conference room." So she didn't think it was going to be what it was, and the time that it was going to take. And then I'm doing it in the middle of the house, and okay, nobody on the internet. I need the Wi-Fi connection to be good. I give her a lot of shit for her not loving jiu-jitsu, but she really did support me in this. She did give me that little push, like, hey, do it here. Let's see if it works. And she did, and it's worked. So good. I appreciate the kind words, too,
thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right, so just hang out for a second. Everybody, listen, thank you for listening. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We're going here, bro. So, new GoFundMe link in the description. Check it out. You can see everything or find and all the ways you can support or work with us. Just go to our Instagram at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. If you click the link in the bio, it has every way where you can watch us, listen, support. There's links to all of our sponsors. You'll see everything there. If you want to donate to the foundation, again, the link is in the bio. If you donate at least $50, you get a mug. Like this guy right here.
You get mugged.
You get.
It was a really. I
have
one of those.
Actually, the better mug with the black inside. It's not even this one. It's a better one that has the black handle. You can get a choice of a mug, or Sean from Flow and Roll. He embroiders a belt.
Nice.
And he sends it to them. So if you donate $50 to the foundation, and the foundation, we award scholarships to kids, first responders, veterans. So it's all going back to the community.
That's awesome.
Right? Shout out to our Patreon sponsors, including Carlson Gracie Winter Haven in Winter Haven, Florida, cgwinterhaven.com, at Carlson Gracie _Winter Haven on IG. Also, we've got Carlson Gracie Broward County down here in North Lauderdale. You've got CarlsonGracieBrowardCounty.com, or check their IG out at Carlson Gracie Broward County. We've also passed, he's actually been on the show, John Way Martial Arts in Plantation, Florida. JohnWayMartialArts.com, at John Way Martial Arts.
No way.
Alrighty. Our podcast patrons include Robert Walker, Frank House, Wolsey Rivera, Boa Athletics. Check them out on Instagram at BOA_athletics. We've also want to shout out Michael Pixley Jr., Jason Smiley, Britt Tavar, James Fisher, CJ Carroll, Mission 22, another great veteran organization. Chuck Reddoor out in Hawaii. What's up, Chuck? And Roberto Santiago down here in Florida. Thank you for all you do for the show, Roberto. We appreciate you. If you'd like to support the show, you can just visit patreon.com/Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. Now, the benefits of being a Patreon, again, we give stuff away. We give up to $100 of swag away. Sometimes it's a gi from Flow and Roll.
Nice.
Sometimes it's a $100 gift card to the podcast store. So we also, if you send questions for the show, you get put into that pool as well. We shake them up. Sometimes we use an app. Sometimes we put the names in a hat. We choose, and we do one winner every month for at least $100 worth of swag. Fightback CBD also will give us some CBD once in a while. Check out the podcast store at jujitsudummies.shop. You can get 15% off your order with code JJD. We've got tees, rash guards that we gave you.
Amazing material, by the way. I never seen this material.
I love the gi.
I know it feels so good.
It's a heavier material. It lasts longer.
It feels good.
Love it. I love them. We're going to do some short sleeve ones. We're actually going to do a gi with Retro Grappler, where it's going to be on their site too. So it's just about kind of getting the name out there and supporting our sponsors. So again, code JJD at jujitsudummies.shop. We want to thank the We Defy Foundation for their support as well.
Yeah.
Another, again, love being surrounded by these veteran organizations. They are helping provide therapeutic relief to disabled combat veterans through jiu-jitsu. So they're awarding scholarships as well. They'll pay for your jiu-jitsu, find you a gym somewhere in the country. Your old gym was a...
my current gym is.
Yes. Did that just happen? So you are a what's the term? Like certified facility, right?
There we go.
Okay, so and we'll let you go ahead. Shout out your gym.
A&M BJJ at A&M BJJ. Location is Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
For those of you down here in Florida, it's that, what is it called? What's the go-kart thing all the way at the end of the building?
Extreme Action Park off of I-95.
It's that long-ass building all the way down at the end, right?
Oh.
And bro,
I know that.
You go there. You've done the go-karting.
Yeah.
His gym is down that building.
No shit.
Yeah, we get to train in $1 million facility.
Everybody knows that building. If you're in Florida and you've gone anywhere, you pass it on the way down, you're going to see it off the highway. Yeah. So everybody knows that place.
Oh, and anybody listening, if they want to come through Sunday, open mat, 12 o'clock, come through.
Very cool. You could check out the We Defy Foundation at We Defy Foundation on IG and WeDefyFoundation.org. You can donate there. I've got my cool We Defy shirt on. They're doing an event. They've got you donate $50, you get a shirt. There's a workout you could do for Memorial Day, so that's why I was wearing it. I've also got my Peace, Love, and Jiu-Jitsu with my little flag on it. This is from the podcast store, everybody, so you can check that out as well. Last but not least, Fightback CBD. Get 20% off your CBD order at fightbackcbd.com with code JJD. We love you guys. We appreciate you.
Wait.
Best
At
sleep
Uncle
of your
Milty
life.
BJJ on IG.
Wait.
But go ahead. What'd I do?
Quickly ask him the question.
Oh, yes. I actually was going to leave it for last. Last question. It's a very important question. This is a big deal.
So,
I know that
He
you're
is
more of a
Brazilian.
no-gi guy, but do you or do you not wash your belt?
No.
You don't wash your belt?
No
Old
wash
school.
my belt.
Oh,
Don't
no.
wash my belt.
Oh, boy.
You can
Team powers in the belt. Hashtag powers in the belt.
Maybe I spray with Lysol. That's it.
Hey.
Why don't you wash your belt?
Just use that, not wash. Not for any particular reason, but
Okay.
when I start training, I learned it that just put the belt aside, wash the gi.
Make sure it
Just
dries.
habit. you know?
Fair enough.
Make sure it
Fair
dries.
enough. I like that he sprays Lysol on it.
Bro, I put it in the sun.
Okay, you put it in the sun. The
you
natural
know,
Lysol.
that kills
Natural
everything.
Lysol.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Marcelo, again, thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
I
guys.
appreciate
Marcelo.
it,
No,
man.
that was awesome. Thank
I
you.
had a
That
good
was
time.
fun.
That was
Thank you,
awesome.
guys.
brother,
Thank
for
you,
coming out
Bo.
again.
Yes,
I appreciate
sir.
you as well, Bo. We love you.
Thank you, Bo.
Thank you, everybody.
The most
Stay
famous voice on the podcast, Bo. They wonder who he is, but they just hear Bo.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening.
Thank you, guys.